When you're actually really suffering, you don't really care about all those other things that are supposedly called success, all those other things that are supposedly supposed to give you happiness, because I found it didn't. You know, you accomplish one thing, then you just expect to accomplish another thing. You scale one mountain, then you have to look at the next, and it's endless. I went to Harvard, which is, supposed to be a good university, but I also felt quite unhappy actually when I was a student there. It was very stressful because really you're always looking for your worth from the outside. So there's very much an emphasis on having achievements that you can show. Things like I attained these grades, I got this kind of scholarship, I got this job at this prestigious company. I applied to this graduate school and I got in. It was very much always talk about what you accomplished. That was worldly. And I think that deep down, I actually didn't really share those values, but when you're living surrounded by that kind of mentality, you can't help but just absorb it. And so you think that you always have to prove yourself according to what it is other people value. And I think deep down I probably felt quite conflicted about this, and so yeah, I was quite unhappy. I remember my second year I was actually seriously depressed. So we need to develop a level of mindfulness, which is the buzzword now, mindfulness. But what that really means is really being there in the present, being here in the present, and knowing what's happening. Because we can't know what's appropriate to do unless we're actually here. And so being able to keep our harmless conduct, we need to have some level of mental training where we can be here in the now, so we can know what's appropriate to do in the now. So meditation is something that is now introduced even to school children because it's recognized what a benefit it brings to one's life. When our mind is all over the place, we're completely, at the beck and call of our anger, our fear, our worries, all sorts of distressing emotions that if we've never trained our mind, there's no way we can actually be free of these things. But if we start to train our mind, a little bit, eventually we'll build up more clarity and more presence. So that's something that is relevant to anybody. This is something that you can see in your own life, how when we see things as they really are, it causes us to be able to release our suffering, lighten things up a little.